The 805 Focus is brought to you in part by Nonprofit Connect. Nonprofit Connect provides superior leadership tools and resources so nonprofit leaders and board members can make valuable decisions to move their organization forward to a sustainable and vibrant future. More information on services online at nonprofitconnect.org.
Welcome to 805 Focus. I'm Dr. Cinder Sinclair with Nonprofit Connect, and we will be bringing you the latest on your favorite nonprofits. So get ready to be inspired. Our special guest today is Kathy Odell, and Kathy is the CEO of Women's Economic Ventures. Welcome, Kathy.
Good to see you, Cinder. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being on our show. And so Women's Economic Ventures, otherwise known as WEAVE, has quite a rich history, and I know that you've been expanding the whole focus, the programs, the everything. So tell us all about that.
Okay, that would be my pleasure, my love of life. So Women's Economic Ventures has been around a long time, as you know, because you've been a friend of WEAVE over the past. So we started 31 years ago with an emphasis on training women to succeed in business. Okay. And for many years, that was the core of our offerings. We had educational courses and training that allowed women to say, is business right for me? What do I need to know? How do I research my markets? What do I do? And then in the mid-90s, we added a startup loan program so that we could help new startups get off the ground. And over the years, we've added consulting services and many, many things. But as we move forward into the future, the world's become a little more complex.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, just a little bit. And so when I came on in 2019, I took over as interim to have a transition period with our formidable founder, Marsha Bailey.
Yes.
And we started looking at all of the things where we might add more value. We haven't changed our mission. The mission is still the economic empowerment of women. But we took a look at it and said, what does that mean in 2020?
Yeah.
Okay. And so in 2020, we rolled out a set of new strategic initiatives approved by our board 4 days before we shut down.
Oh, golly.
Which was just, but you know what? We got through them anyway. And and what we did is we took a look at the fact that we needed to expand our curriculum, and because we offered 2 courses, a 14-week course on self-employment training and an Explore course to learn more about entrepreneurship. And we were, by this time, and when we started launching our initiatives, of course, in lockdown. So, as you know, we pivoted to online learning. And we've been helped out a lot in making online learning available to our clients because of the new technologies, because of Zoom and everything. But we still, looked at hybrid classes, and we're now lovely to say back to hybrid classes, where we have some classes that are held in person, others that are online, always recorded. People can catch up with them. And we have over 20 courses.
20?
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have, that was amazing.
So we took a look at the curriculum and we said that people need not only the basics of a business planning course, but also many people were looking at the fact that they needed more experience in digital commerce. We found, unfortunately, as we entered the pandemic, that many of our clients, while they had a website, didn't have e-commerce capability, sales capability on their site. And so one of the very first things we did during the pandemic was to set up an e-commerce course and to train people to get their websites up and running so that they could participate in commerce while we were all in lockdown.
That is great. I love the way you say that, digital commerce. That's a great term.
Well, unfortunately, everything is digital
Yes,
these
it
days.
is.
Yeah, and all of that. And we were very fortunate as we've been creating more collaborations, because as we expand our curriculum and our services, we don't want to pretend that we do this all ourselves. So we are reaching out to others and creating partnerships to leverage our knowledge and the talents of others, and to spread our reach a little bit. So we worked a great deal with Cal State Channel Islands and Shopify, and they helped us in building the e-commerce sites for our clients. Shopify actually did a fully funded program for our Hispanic clients. And so we had that in place, and we're now seeing that, almost all of our clients that have worked with us for a time are perfectly capable of conducting business online.
Wow.
And so it's been a challenging time. Of course, for many of our entrepreneurs, the shutdown was terrifying. Mm-hmm. Most women that our clients have personal services businesses, restaurants, other things where they needed to interact with people. And so we got immediate requests for, what do I do? And so we pivoted a lot of our consulting resources to, what else can you do? So I think the day one of shutdown, we got a call from Seasons Catering, one of our lovely clients down in Ventura. Has a very large size catering business, and she said, help, what do I do? And we sent one of our advisors in who worked with Gabrielle on her finances and said, okay, this is how you can set up your finances to run an at-home delivery business. And then as the pandemic kept spiraling and going on, Gabby started working with World Kitchens, delivering meals to our frontline workers in the hospital.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
That is brilliant.
Well, it's brilliant, and it also makes you feel good, because it was a pivot that benefited not only, Seasons Catering as a business, but also the entire community.
Yes. So you turned this huge challenge into a blessing.
Yes.
An advantage.
And I think that for a lot of our clients, it did turn out that way. We have another really fun story. I can tell stories.
Oh,
right?
yes, I want to
Okay.
hear stories. I bet you've got several wonderful ones.
Okay, so another fun story. Client came to us in January last year. This is another catering business, but she and her husband had been doing paella catering.
Oh.
And the business was going very, very well. They had terrific, loyal clients, all of that. And of course, they got shut down. And so their first thing is, what do we do? Well, they got a food truck.
Oh,
and
gosh.
They started making meals and delivering meals. But then as that slowed down in the economy, she's like, okay, now what do we do? We've got 2 small children at home and not enough to, figure out how we get through all of this. And they had been working on a concept for a product to put into grocery stores.
Oh.
A frozen paella.
Oh. That is brilliant.
It is brilliant, and it's also very, very wonderful. I have it all the time. But when Carol came to us, she was an accomplished, businesswoman. She had been a pharmaceutical sales rep. Her husband was a financial analyst, but they didn't know anything about frozen paella and grocery stores. And so they came and Carol went through our business plan course. She Googled online, help for women entrepreneurs, and we've popped up.
Oh, right.
And she walked in our door, and she went through our course, and then got into our Thrive course, which is our consulting course where we connect our clients with business advisors, and started working with one of our business advisors. And 4 months after she came to Weave, she had a product on shelf. She
Oh
is
my
now
gosh.
in Bristol Farms,
Gee
all across the
whiz.
coast. And she's gotten requests from Albertsons, Sprouts, and many other supermarkets, and is looking towards how she is going to expand nationally. So
You can be proud of that.
we're very proud of that. We're proud of all of our clients.
Yes, of course you are.
Yeah.
Oh
But-
gosh, so you've really expanded your scope in the last few years.
We have. We've added a lot of advisors, and we now teach almost all of our courses in both English and Spanish.
Oh, that's good.
So they are available bilingual. We also have expanded our capital access. And I'm using the term capital access instead of saying our loan program, because we stepped back and we took a look at what we meant by providing capital to entrepreneurs. And people think of loans as a very transactional thing. Okay, you come to me, you put in an application, I give you money, you pay me back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not sort of the relationship that Weave wants to have with our clients, because we believe that you succeed best through partnership, and we want to be there for our clients whenever they need us. And so we have really pushed on the fact that Weave isn't a single resource. Weave is a community. And that community is there to support you in whatever you need. And if we don't know the answer, we'll go find it. And we'll refer you to the people who do have an answer. So when we looked at the term loans, we said, loans, that doesn't sound supportive.
Right.
And it really wasn't indicative of kind of what we do, because when we're working with early stage entrepreneurs, we want to assess what their business probabilities are. And we want to say, okay, what's the best way to get you the capital you need to be able to succeed in business? Now, we're not frivolous with our money, so if it doesn't look like you have a good solid plan, one of the things we may do is we may say, we think that you need to go spend a couple weeks with one of our business advisors, and we'll pair you with a business advisor that will help you to fix whatever holes in your plan we think might trip you up as you go to get the doors open. And then come back, and then, we will hope that we would be able to then give you the funding that you need, but then we follow up with you after that. And we keep you in touch with your advisors who can help you with the assessment of your financials and how your product is succeeding in the market and all the things you need to do. So we call it entrepreneurial funding.
I love that term, and it does sound a lot better than loan.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is just marvelous. So you collaborate a lot with all kinds of people and organizations, and
We are actually trying to collaborate more. I mean, again, we're blessed to live in Santa Barbara, the Santa Barbara Ventura area. There are so many wonderful organizations in our communities that are doing good things and where we can pair up. So a good example of this might be that we are working with the Santa Barbara Public Library, helping to train potential child care operators. So people who've come in and they want to start child care businesses, and the library is helping them with a lot of the regulations and the childhood development training and stuff like that. We come in and we teach them how to run a business. So the pairing works really, really well. And it's working so well that we've just applied for a grant from the Employment Training Panel that is statewide, but funds for our Tri-County area here, where we will be working with the Children's Resource Center to be able to look at child care.
that is fabulous. And so your area of service is Ventura and Santa Barbara counties? How
Ventura
would
and
you
Santa
describe
Barbara
it?
counties. We do accept people from outside the area.
Oh, okay, okay.
But we have offices in Santa Barbara and in Ventura, and the majority of our clients come from that area. We are a small business administration women's business center, and there are women's business centers that provide similar services to ours, both in San Luis Obispo County and in LA County.
Oh, okay.
So we try to, stay inside our area, but arguably it's a big area.
Yeah.
And so when we look to try and say, how can we be certain that we are able to provide more services, we do it better when we do it with partners.
And so what about volunteers?
We love volunteers.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good.
No, we absolutely love volunteers. And, we've been blessed with a lot of people who have seen the benefit of our programs and who want to help. And so we have, through a grant that we received last year, now put in place a volunteer manager. So
that's great.
We're building a database that clients and non-clients can come in and search through the database and say, I'm looking for somebody who has expertise in the beauty industry, particularly in the beauty industry developing sunscreens. And they can filter down to finding somebody in our database who says, yes, I'm available for that. And we have people that run the gamut from a particular service, like being a CPA and providing, financial services, to being a strategic advisor. We have a number of women who've signed up lately who have run major businesses and who are very good at strategy. And so they are now in our database to help. And we will oftentimes pair these volunteers up with our clients who are going through our advisory program and may have a business advisor that they meet with twice a month, but still in between are looking for specific experience on somebody who's been in the industry that they're attacking. So
wow, so now Weave is a nonprofit 501c3.
correct.
And so I'm sure you welcome financial donations.
We could probably find a stronger word. Yes, financial donations are our lifeblood.
Good. And so a person can go on your website, for
Yes.
example. They can find out how to be a volunteer. They can find out about your programs, how to sign up, all this stuff. And I bet you have a donate now button on there and they can make a financial donation.
You're smart. Yes, we do. we do. And we also, from time to time, when you land on our website, you're going to see one of our headers come across with a particular event that we're having
that's
that
good.
they can sponsor.
That's really good. So
things
people
like
can
that.
go on there and find out when these events are,
Correct.
how to be a sponsor.
Yes.
That's very smart.
Yes. Yeah.
Good,
So-
good.
And just to attend. I mean, one of our things
Yes.
is that we are trying to increase awareness because, as I said, being a resource network, we want to make certain that as many people know about us as possible. People who need us in order to, fulfill a need they have in their desire to start a business or in their desire to grow their career. Because many of our clients now are women who are professionals in the workplace who we said we want to empower women. We want to empower them to rise to the top and be a CEO.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we have courses for people who are in mid-career who are trying to advance inside someone else's company rather than their own. Although they may be thinking about their own down the way.
Yeah.
But we know that sort of we have to make each pillar of our organization strong in order to really be that community that our clients want us to be. So yes, donors, volunteers, and anybody who is interested in being an instructor
Okay.
who has
all
business
right.
experience and who would be interested in working directly with our clients and teaching some of our courses and things like that, particularly bilingual instructors. We have a real need for those.
So you are setting women up for success.
Yes.
Thank you, Kathy,
Exactly.
for all of the really incredible work that you're doing, touching the lives of so many, and for sharing that with us today on 805 Focus.
It is my pleasure to share it, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
And thank you for joining us on 805 Focus, and we'll see you next time.